One of the best stories in the Bible about this spiritual conflict inside is found in Daniel chapter 4, and it's the story of Nebuchadnezzar. In Daniel chapter 4, what we see is a man who's very much in charge. That's King Nebuchadnezzar. And let me set this up for you. This king, who is the king of Babylon, he has this dream, and he dreams of this enormous tree. Okay, imagine a giant sequoia or a giant redwood. And there's a heavenly message which says, cut it down and leave the stump. So that, we'll cut this tree down. And the king is confused about, okay, what's this mean? I'm dreaming about a tree. It gets cut down, and he needs an interpreter. And so God's man Daniel is selected to come and give the interpretation to King Nebuchadnezzar. And in the dream, he explains to Daniel, please tell me what it means. And Daniel proceeds to tell him in Daniel chapter 4 that it's him. That Nebuchadnezzar, the man who said, my kingdom, my Babylon, my glory, my power, I am in control, is about to get chopped down. Not a good message to hear. And now Daniel in verse 22 of chapter 4 says this, you, O king, are that tree. You have become great and strong. Your greatness has grown until it reaches the sky. Your dominion extends to the distant parts of the earth. So you're the tree. Now, what else does he say? You, O king, saw a messenger, a holy one, coming down from heaven, saying, cut down the tree and destroy it, but leave the stump. Let him be drenched with the dew of heaven. Let him live like a wild animal. Not a good place for a king to be. This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree the Most High has issued against my Lord. Therefore, O king, Daniel says in verse 27, be pleased to accept my advice, renounce your sins by doing what is right, and your wickedness by being kind to the oppressed. So, Daniel lays down the gauntlet with King Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar's response is he promptly goes out and he says, I get to decide and I am in control. He blew off Daniel's interpretation. He blew off Daniel's advice. And then God responds to Nebuchadnezzar's response. We pick up the story in verse 31 of Daniel chapter 4. Actually, verse 29. 12 months later, as the king was walking on his roof of the royal palace, he said, is not this the great Babylon I have built as the royal residence by my mighty power and for the glory of my majesty? The words were still on his lips when a voice from heaven came. This is what is decreed for you, King Nebuchadnezzar. Your royal authority has been taken from you. So because Nebuchadnezzar didn't have it right in terms of who gets to decide, his royal authority is taken away. The power over his destiny is lost. But then secondly, he's going to be driven away from people. Now, Nebuchadnezzar, you're not going to be in control and you're not going to have people to manipulate. You will be driven away from the people and you will live like the wild animals. Oh my goodness. So no longer is he in control, no longer can he control people, and he's humbled. He has to eat grass. You go from living in a palace and eating choice foods to eating grass. That's what you call a life of contrast. So Nebuchadnezzar is learning, oh, maybe I'm not in control. But then God goes on, 7 times will pass by you, for until you acknowledge that the Most High, this is the key verse, verse 32, until you acknowledge that the Most High is sovereign over the kingdoms of men and gives them to anyone he wishes.